In this video, I am going to be running a simulation that's going to help us understand how land and air are heated with the sun. You've learned about energy and energy transfer. Energy in the form of heat is really as a result of the motion of the molecules. Faster moving molecules equals higher heat. Slower moving molecules equals slower heat. In this simulation, we have a land surface, we have a water surface, and we have our air temperature. This arrow represents the amount of solar energy or light energy coming in from the sun. Once I start this simulation, you will be able to see how the land temperature changes, the air temperature changes, and the water temperature changes as solar energy is added. So I'm going to start this simulation. I'm going at just the normal speed and I'm going to hit the play button. As I heat, or rather as solar energy is added, let's take a pause. What is happening to the temperatures? Notice we started at negative 10 degrees Celsius. The land temperature is now at 9.6. The water at 11.9, and the air above the land is at 7.8. We also have this arrow here and here that was not there before. This is saying energy from land to air. So something about the molecules in the land and the molecules in the water are giving heat energy to the molecules in the air. Let's continue this simulation and see what happens to the temperatures. As I allow the solar energy to continue to come and to hit the surface of the water and the land, notice that the change, the rate of change, so the rate or how fast the temperature of the land and water is increasing has slowed way down. And the difference between the land temperature and the air temperature has become much smaller. And in fact, the land temperature is now cooler than the air temperature. So if I continue to go with this simulation, again, the rate of change is much slower. But what do you notice to the air temperature above the land versus the land temperature itself? We have now reached basically our maximum temperature of our land, and yet the air temperature is continuing to rise. Looks like we've reached our maximum air temperature. But do notice, a little bit more. Do notice the difference between the land temperature and the air temperature. The land temperature is now cooler than the air temperature. How is that possible? Let's take a look at what happens in this simulation if there is no surface. When there is no surface, this is simulating what is happening higher up in the atmosphere. So at those higher elevations, what is happening as the solar energy is coming through the atmosphere? What's happening to those air molecules? So let's find out. So here we have our air temperature is negative 10 degrees. The simulation is already playing. I can pause the simulation, play the simulation. I'm going to speed up the simulation. I'm going to do maximum solar energy. What is happening to our air temperature? What does this tell us? What is exactly heating air? Is it the sun? Or is it something else? Why do we see such a rapid increase in air temperature toward the surface of the Earth? What's going on?